Hey Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at what's going on in your world at the moment and where are you going. Can't wait to get into your reading. If you prefer to pick your piles using your signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. Otherwise, stick around. We'll be pulling out 3 cards. And of course, you can pick your piles using your crystals if this is your preferred method. Okay, so we've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile number 3. Let's see what we have for today. For pile 1, you've got the blue moon. For pile number 2, you've got memory and mind. And for pile number 3, you've got winter's bone. As mentioned, if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you've got the blue agate. For pile number 2, you've got the amethyst. And for pile number 3, you've got the zebra jasper. So, take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to. And this will be the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, you will be hearing more about what's going on in your world, the different areas, and where it's going to take you in these different areas. Or maybe they're just going to be a huge puzzle, putting a whole picture to you as you listen to your reading today. So feel free to follow what you are drawn to, whether it's just one and you know that's your pile, or perhaps you feel drawn to several, maybe even all. There's no such thing as too little or too much. These are all just simply your messages, and if you have the time and are enjoying the reading, you wish to listen to more, then feel free to watch more than one pile if this is what you're drawn to. Once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times, which will take you straight to your reading. And please note that in a moment, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you do not prefer, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your signs, then my dear soul family, this specific section of the introduction was created just for you so that you can pick your piles using your signs. All right, so in a moment, I will be drawing out 4 signs for each pile. Am I holding 4? Yes, I am holding 4. Let's see what we have for the first pile. So pile 1, you've got the signs Pisces, Sagittarius, Cancer, as well as Libra. For pile number 2, you've got the signs Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, as well as Leo. And for pile number 3, your signs are Gemini, Aries, Virgo, as well as Taurus. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I, of course, highly recommend you check out the three. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your piles using other placements in your chart, feel free to do that. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. As you know, today we're going to take a look at what's going on in your world at the moment and where are you going. And I thought, what's the best way, what's better to do this reading than to do a Celtic cross? And that's exactly what we're going to do. Assisted by your tarot cards, I will be using 2 oracle cards alongside of each tarot card. All right, so let's get straight into it, but very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful blue agate. Your significator card is the blue moon. And of course, if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Pisces, Sagittarius, Cancer, and Libra. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. All right, so let's get ahead. As you can see, the 4 cards that I'll be placing here, aside of the main part of the Celtic cross, will be directed to, will be placed in the areas of what is affecting the situation, effective advice, what is in the works that you need to know, and the end result. So that's the plan. I'm keeping it here so that you can take a look at it whenever you feel like you want to know where we're going, where we're at. It's always there, unless we need the space later on. All right, let's get straight into it. So this is what you're thinking about. As you know, this is the current situation, your subconscious mind, the past placement. I think, oh, this moved. Let's place it here. The past placement, let's bring it a little bit closer. The future placement, like the near future, near past. And then we'll be doing what is affecting the situation, effective advice, what's in the works for you, and the end result. Right, we'll be moving things around as we go along to create space, of course. Like there are easier ways to do it. We can always go like this, for example. We'll deal with that when we get to it. Okay, so let's place the oracle cards then. This one's sliding out. Let's take that. This one there. And then take this card. Extra nice details for each part. That's going to be a lot of fun. Get your coffee, prepare a snack, and let's have fun together. Okay. So, what's going on in your life at the moment? We'll be starting off a little bit further than that. We'll take a look at a little bit into your past to see some context. What's going on in your life? What happened leading up to this moment here? Okay, so your cards are, you've got the 3 of Wands. This is what your card looks like. Got the 3 of Wands. The 3 fire spots here. You've got pull off heist. Pull off heist. What are you up to? So FBI, convict, sting operation, armed robbery, surveillance, hostage, antiques, on parole, museum guards, and sidemen. So perhaps you're like protecting some, maybe you've noticed that you're at a risk of something, right? Maybe you felt like someone in your near past was trying to take something valuable, or some situation that happened that put your money at risk of being taken from you, maybe even unfairly. Something like that. Three of Wands. So something definitely started here. And seeing the 3 fire points on your path, it kind of makes me feel like this scary situation or unsafe situation, kind of with the 3 of Wands, what prompted you to take some form of action. It's like, whoa, what's that? Let me, and you like started taking action straight away. So this could be something alarming, like something that has to do with your money, maybe where you live. They started asking for more money, like service money or something, and you're like, oh, this place is becoming too expensive, let me find another place. Maybe this is your job, and they're like, oh, we're just letting you know that from now on we're not going to be able to pay for this and that. And you're like, what's going on here? Something feels off, something feels wrong. Maybe you feel like your work's taking your work and they're not paying you. I don't know. But there is something about you starting to see a specific risk of taking something valuable. Maybe this is not even about money. Valuable could be like something about your children. Maybe you feel like your children are a danger and you're like, whoa, got to protect my children. We've got to move. Or I got to take them out of the school and put them, something like that. You see, that's what I'm seeing in your past position. But we're not done yet. Yes, you see, Moon in Virgo with order. This kind of makes me feel that you were acting responsibly. You started planning right away. You started taking action right away to prevent a risky situation from happening. So let's place them like this. That's your past position. Also with the blue moon, I think this is going to be the theme, but this is your significator card of the whole reading. This is a unique situation. You know how when we say this happens every once in a blue moon. So I feel throughout, because it's your significator card, that past, present, and future, every single part of them will kind of be you going through a new experience, something that maybe not a lot of people go through a lot, something that you're trying to figure out. Okay, so, but the keywords here are opportunities, divine power, and clarity. So overall, this is positive. If you're worried, you don't need to be worried. Do you need to like put things in order as you're doing? Absolutely. You taking action was the best thing here that you've done in your past position, in your near past. So good for you. Like being responsive like this is brilliant. Seeing a unique situation that you haven't seen before, having a feel that something isn't right, because the wands are energy. This is giving me, oh my God, this looks and feels like some form of dangerous situation, or at least unsafe in some manner, or it's going to take something valuable. Best thing to do is to start taking action and put things in order. So that's the past placement that I see for this pile. Let's take a look at your present position. So you've got, was like this, you've got 16, you've got the tower cards with the maze here. You're trying to figure it out. Okay, what's affecting it? Craftsman of fire. The craftsman here is the queen, so Queen of Wands. You're being very powerful. So you're like, oh my God, look at all these things that I've got to figure out. But you've got a lot of power. And you will have a lot of great luck, by the way, as you can see with the horseshoe here. Right, so that's the card that is affecting this. So although you are like trying to figure it out, and the best thing about a maze is if you keep walking, you'll get out eventually, which is something that differs it from other sort of puzzles, I would say. if you keep walking, you'll eventually come out. And so, Craftsman of Fire. Okay, let's see more regarding this situation, this present moment that you're in. There we go. It's a bit slippery, this deck. Okay, you've got have a great time. Really? Okay, that's cool. And achievement. So nice. Sun and Capricorn with achievement. Okay, these seem to me like they're celebrating. So at the present moment, yes, you do have a lot to figure out, but you already have taken a lot of actions in your near past, and you're doing it with a lot of power. You feel like you've got a good grasp on this. You're hitting the nail on the head. You know, you're doing such a great job, and you've got a lot of power, and you're facing this very powerfully. And so overall, at the present position, although you have a lot to work on, you're feeling the good luck. You're happy with the steps that you have taken. And you've achieved, obviously, a lot. So there's a lot that you've already done. And you're very happy with the steps that you have taken. You feel like this celebration makes me feel like at least you feel like you're nearly out, or that you're excited about the achievements and the work that you have done. Okay, so that's the present position. Let's see what's on your mind. It will perhaps explain to us why there is the have a great time. You must have some strong mental fortitude. My dear pile number 1. Good, kudos to you. So what's on your mind? 8 of Pentacles. You've mastered something. I think you've encircled it, like you've so you feel like you've understood how big or small the situation is. You know its limits, and because you've got an understanding, I kind of feel like you have a grasp on it, a good grasp on it. 8 of Pentacles is a card of mastery. You're dealing with this situation professionally. You understand what needs to get done, and you're on your way to it. So it's like on your conscious mind, you're like, okay, I got this. I understand what needs to get done. I feel like I can do this. That's perhaps why you feel so happy here. So happy about that. Perhaps you're celebrating because there was something valuable that was going to be taken, and you're like, yes, I got this. Nobody can take things from me. Maybe this was your work, and you've spoken about it. You're like, no, that's not going to happen. You've got more to figure out. Yes, but you're like putting your foot down. You're like, no, we're not going to do that. You've taken the right action. Maybe you've spoken to HR. Perhaps you've spoken to your lawyer. You've spoken to an expert. I don't know, but you seem like you're feeling that the hard work that you put in is in your favor, for sure. And you're very happy about it. You're thinking, I got this. So Mercury in Leo with drama and family. Oh, let's think about that. If I take a look at the keywords on the family card, they're not as warm as I would expect with a family card, because it's like extended family, incest, divorce. I don't even know if we're allowed to say that on YouTube. I'm not quite sure, so I'll try to take it out. But yeah, foster home, it's a bit sad. I would expect other types of keywords like love, nurture, bond, things like that. The domestic abuse, I think we can say that. But in any case, a single mom, you see, it's exactly like the card saying here. There's a lot of sad stories, right? Sadder, on the sad side, if not very, depending on the keyword, very sad. So you are sad about something. You've got this, but you're sad. Perhaps you feel like it's sad that this is all happening. Yes, I got a grasp of it, but it's you're concerned about what's going on. You're aware that this is maybe too dramatic, what's going on. You feel like something that was supposed to be absolutely there for you is causing a lot of issues. That's what's on your mind. It's like, whoa, I thought these people were on my side. It's kind of like, how can this school be doing this to my children? I thought they were supposed to educate them. Or how is my company doing this to me? I thought they were supposed to be a family, and this, that, and the other. Maybe it's like exactly that. You feel like there's something that your family's pulling off that's just not right. So at the end of the day, yes, you're thinking of, perhaps you're ruminating a little bit. You're like, how can this happen? I hope, despite the grasp that I have, that things go okay. But you're like, I think this is a little bit of rumination, which is normal during a shocking event like that. And 8 of Pentacles shows that you're mastering it. You've got to grasp all your cards here in the present moment, show that you're doing a great job. You got to grasp on it. You're working well on it, and you're happy with the results that you're going, and you're handling it very powerfully indeed. So good for you, my dear pile number 1. Good for you, especially with the blue moon. This is like something new. Good for you. And the key here with the 3 of Wands is you started putting things in order right away. You're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You didn't go, oh, let's wait and see what happens. You're more like, no, this is wrong. This is alerting. Let's start taking instant action. So what's going on a subconscious level, which is very important, because you might think, oh, that's not important now. What we feel and the ideas that we hold deep inside tend to have sometimes, maybe all of the time, the biggest effect on a situation. So it's good to know what's going on down there, inside there. So you've got the 8 of Cups. Cool. You can see the little turtles. They've all made it to the seashore. So nice. That's the most risky part. And it's lovely that this is what's going on internally. You feel like you were able to cross over to the others, like you just made it. And you were at a high risk of, if we speak about the turtles, of being eaten, of something dangerous being taken from you. You see your cards, and your mind's like, subconsciously, I think you're feeling calm, because you're like, the dangerous part is over. I think maybe there's a little bit to go, but I'm like on the safe side. I'm nearly there, nearly home, or near safety. So this must have indeed been a super dramatic situation. I mean, pull off, heist, drama, all of that. Yeah, this wasn't easy, but you're handling it like a boss. What a strong character. You've got stranger. See, foreigner, surprise visit, new neighbor, false identity. Yeah, outsider. You can see the energy of the blue moon. Subconsciously, you feel like you're treading new territories. You're so focused because this is a new experience that your mind doesn't have a lot of familiarity to, doesn't have a lot of information. And so you're alert, and your subconscious mind is like, okay, let's start a new room of storage for this memory. We're going to be storing it in this new place. This is a new memory, and we're not sure what to expect here at all. But to a great extent, your mind's feeling safe, almost safe. You're not in danger mode. You don't feel like you're in danger, and that's why you're having a good time. But you're like also alert. Okay, so what is this about? What's going on? What is this new situation? And Jupiter in Sagittarius with principle, I feel like your brain is in a learning mode. Your subconscious mind is definitely in a learning mode. I feel like it's open. And when things are open, it's vulnerable, in my opinion, of course, because you want to be doing things carefully. When your mind's so open to a new experience like that, as great as it is, because now you're soaking everything, you know, your mind notices and collects all the information. But I feel like you're so open to what's to come. It gives me this impression with an open window here of learning and openness. And you want to tread carefully. Don't take this lightly, because it gives me an intuitive feeling with this type of openness that, as good as it is, because you will learn something on a deep level, perhaps you will feel later, if you go through it well and calmly, you will master an energy. It's like, almost feels like your conscious and subconscious are in alignment, connected, they're working well together. And with that type of energy, you're either, in my opinion, seeing intuitively your cards, you're either going to master something quickly, because you're so open to learning, just like children, you know, you don't have any preconceived ideas, you don't have anything affecting you, you're like all open to learn, just like a child. And so you'll be just like a child. You'll either learn something so quickly because they're so open, their minds are so open to learning, they're observing well, and with that comes a lot of confidence. But at the same time, that type of openness could make you vulnerable to strong hits and maybe even trauma. So you want to be careful. You're a strong person, you're already doing things right and in order. This is just to keep in mind that you want to tread carefully and slowly. Don't rush. Because even if things outside you are like exploding and you're calm, taking small calm steps, you'll be okay. At least on a subconscious level, to a great extent. They're like, that's the best you can do in this situation. Okay, so that's what's going on unconsciously. You're very open to learn and explore. If you go through this well, you will master a new type of power and skills. Okay, speaking of which, let's take a look now at your near future. So I think if we move your cards a little closer, we will be able to have more space. Right. Okay, so you've got the Three of Wands. My apologies. The Three of Cups. You can see the swans here, or the ducks. The ducks, they're safe on shore. You can see there's a little bit of flooding here because you can see some of the land. So they're on the safe shore after the flood. Three of Cups. It makes me feel like you, amongst others, maybe you care, you have a group of people that you care about, your family, because you keep coming in groups. So you and others, or you and someone you care about, you and your family, you're safe on shore. I'm waiting for this flood to calm. Three of Cups. Okay, you've got Jupiter in Cancer with speculation. Yeah, you're like waiting. You're safe, but you're like, you have your eyes open and you're like, okay, so what's gonna happen? It's safe, but you still have your eyes open, making sure that the whole process perhaps is complete, whatever this is, or that the past dangers are fully out of the way before you celebrate. And you've got poverty here, working class, starve, unemployment, job application. Oh, you see, with the water here, okay, I get it. You're waiting here, you're on the safe shore, but you have your eyes open because you're afraid of lack. Because look at the difference in cards here. You've got someone taking a lot of gold, and here it's the opposite with poverty. So I feel like you are safe, you're good, right? You made it amongst those who made it, but you have your eyes open because you are making sure things don't go bad for you, or that whatever this valuable thing that you had is not taken from you. So yes, you're on the safe shore, you and the important people in your life, but to you in the near future, you're like, but it's still not fully done. We gotta keep our eyes open, because we're worried that what's valuable could be taken. So we're just going to stay put. Exactly. We're just going to stay put. We're lucky that nothing happened to us, but we're just going to stay put until things calm down. Okay. Right. Now that we understand the situation fully, past, present, and near future, let's get to the meat and potatoes of your reading. We're going to look at what is affecting this situation and all of the other stuff, as you know. We understood what's going on here in your life, what's going on in your world at the moment, including the near future. Now let's see, where are you going? What's your advice? What's in the works? What's the end result? So to start off, we're going to be taking a look at what is affecting this whole situation. And I would love to know what's going on here. What's affecting all of that? Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands. I see you. See, it's the same. Yeah. Metal work. Molding metal, and that's not easy. You've got gold, you've got metal, something precious, right? Molding of something precious. You keep getting that. Sun in Leo with fortune. Okay. Artist. Designer, Picasso, performer, oil painting, gallery opening, musician, and so on. So, I have a feeling that you've got something unique. Your skills stand out. Maybe you've got great skills in your job, or you have something that stands out. It could be your fortune, your money. You seem to be very fortunate with something that's pretty, that's attractive, that's others in, because this infinity sign looks like two eyes, right? Looking at you. It's like, I want that kind of thing. Just an intuitive feeling. So what's affecting this situation? You seem to be minding your business. Very fortunate with something, obviously. And you seem to have someone wanting that fortune. You know, if we take a look at the Queen of Wands here, who's working, it's the same, what is it called that they mold the metals on, that stand. We'll just call it stand for now. So perhaps this is your workplace. They're like, maybe they want to take more from what you have. But it doesn't have to be. There's something about someone looking with greed, maybe, towards your fortune or your capabilities, what you can do, or they think they can make a fortune out of you, that you have something fortunate that's lucrative with artists that they want, right? So yeah, that's the situation with this person. That's what they want. It doesn't mean that this is what's going to happen. In fact, speaking of what's going to happen, you're handling it so well. So good for you. You're probably celebrating here because I feel like you're already sensing that you're going to be on the safe side in the near future. Right there. You're like, yes, we're going to be safe. It's going to be good. Do we still need to be careful? Yes, but we're going to be good. It's not fully over yet in the near future. You're like treading through this very carefully. But it seems like this whole situation is happening because you've got someone who's got an eye on something very fortunate that you have that's very attractive, very lucrative to them. Okay, so that's what's going on. Okay, now we understand what is affecting this situation. Let's take a look at, I think we should push it a bit down there. Can you see your cards? I think you can. Right. Just to be safe, we'll keep it here. Let's take a look at your effective advice. I think that was the right thing to come at the right time. As always, universe. So you've got the 8 of Wands. Gather up together. 8 of Wands is fast movement. It's also communication. Great communication with your kind, your kindred souls. There's like people, a lot of people here with you. So these are like people in your situation, on your boat. This could be communication between you and the people helping. There's a community. So communication with your community and fast action as always. Okay. You've got the moon in Aquarius with independence. You know, Ace of Wands is something that arose by surprise. Something surprising. That wanted to create something or have something. So you've got the moon in Aquarius with independence. Right, okay. And you've got a ailing person. That is part of the effective advice. Your advice is actually don't do things entirely on your own. Like when you can, of course, do it, but be part of a community because that's faster. The community can help you with the things that you are worried about, that you are complaining about, your hurt points, you see, because you're in a critical situation. And so community assists each other in a time like that. So Don't feel like you have to do everything on your own, because it could feel like, oh, how am I going to deal with that? This is a time where community is important. So, communicate with those who know. Community could also be like, ask the experts, ask the person who have gone through this unique situation. See what others have done, see what actions others are doing with the Eight of Wands, this specific Eight of Wands. And they're all similar, right? So take similar actions as those who have been in your situation have taken or are currently taking, because a lot of them already have gone through this. They know what to do. Maybe they have contacts. They know how to deal with a specific thing that maybe you don't know. You can help out with something that they don't know. Community is key for you at this point, especially now and in your near future. Your community is key. The people who have handled this before are key. Communicate with others. Okay, let's now take a look at what's in the work that you need to know. What's in the works that you are not sure about? Ooh! You've got success, secret of my, self-help books, be nice on your way up. Rich, ambition, breakthrough, star, fame and fortune, big project. Don't worry, it's gonna be awesome. You've got Venus and Virgo with discrimination. You're gonna be one of the lucky ones. And you've got the goddess of fire. Wow, the goddess here is the King of Wands. And so you're going to be in a very powerful situation. You may feel vulnerable now. You're a strong person nonetheless with the Queen of Wands. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Power all the way in dealing with a situation like this. Boy, are you strong. And you feel, so I was about to say, you may be like you're strong and everything, but you're careful, you're observant, because you are feeling like in your near future, it's still tricky. You're in a form of vulnerable situation, so you want to be very careful with it. There are maybe ailing points in which your community or the people you talk to will really help you with that. But at the end of the day, what's in the works for you that you need to know? Boy, are you gonna be successful. You're going upwards. It even tells you to be nice on the way up. So you've got the King of Wands, which shows that although you're vulnerable now, you're going to be in a very powerful position. You're going to be in control and you're going to succeed, and you will get a huge blessing out of this. Breakthrough, star, fame and fortune. You're going to be very fortunate with what's to come. So that's what's working for you. It's going from feeling afraid or feeling like you're in a vulnerable situation to you being super fortunate, and maybe a new beautiful life happening. It says man of the year, entrepreneur, new invention. It's going to be awesome. So speaking of awesome, let's take a look at it, right? Let's see what the end result here is. We know what's in the works. So what's in the works could be like things that are continuously working for you. So end result of this specific situation. Ooh, you're not just gonna make it up. You're going outer space. It's like you can't get higher than that. The sky's the limit here. Interstellar travel. Guys, there's a difference between success and interstate or intercontinental success. Success is like, yay, I started a project, or I started this business, for example, and I succeeded, or I started this routine and it worked. Here, it's like being successful on an international level or something, using your muscles internationally. You know, there's something about mind-blowing success as being your end result. Like, there are things out of mind. There is things that you will never even imagine, out of your understanding at the moment, that are going to happen in your life. You're going places, and when I say places, it's higher than what you know as places, you see? So you're going up there, like way up there, literally towards the moon, the stars, or amongst the stars. So you've got, wow, power. Moon in Scorpio with power. Power is the name of the game. They're like, power is building for you. You're going to have so much power. And perhaps it is that situation that has led you up to this point in your end result. And look at that. Oh, I don't know if that would work in YouTube. Hold on. There we go. YouTube, I respect your rules. I respect that this is your platform, but can we please have our art back on the cards? Okay, so Great Mother, this is the Empress. This is abundance. This is luxury. This is having a comfortable, this is a major arcana. It's the card of comfort, luxury, nurture, being taken care of, feeling happy, feeling attractive, feeling like you've got the world. This is your card for that type of energy. As well as, of course, the Wheel of Fortune has many, many meanings, but this is the card of abundance, great abundance. So I feel like you're going to be in such height, with such power, like going to places that can't be missed. And you're going to blossom with all of these flowers. You're going to be abundant. You can see here children, you and your family, or you and your children, you and people who are important to you are going to flourish and become very abundant. This feels like on top of the world kind of energy. This is big energy. You feel like you will have some form of great power to live the life that you want, perhaps. Or what is this power? The High Priestess. You will find out in due time. The card of secrecy. Not open for us to explore at the moment. Wait and find out. Oh my God, pile number 1, to say I've enjoyed your reading is an understatement. I can see that you're going through a difficulty. You're handling it so well. You've got a grasp on it. Be patient, be calm, tread calmly, and consult. Always consult those who have gone through this. You're an independent person, but sometimes it's great to be part of a community. It's great to ask. It's great to learn from those who have already gone through this. So yeah, you'll be great. Your advice is, wherever you feel like there's weakness, you're afraid, there's pain points, don't just depend on yourself. That doesn't mean, it's not saying don't be independent. Of course, depend on yourself, but be part of a community. Ask well, communicate with a community. You're going to places. It's unbelievable. All the best of luck from my heart, my dear pile number 1, on this current situation. You're already on the move. You're doing a great job, and you'll continue to go up. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see. I wish you the best of luck. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. As you know, today we're going to take a look at what's going on in your world at the moment and where are you going. And I thought doing a Celtic cross would be perfect for this reading so that we get a full context of what's going on in your life and then what you are going to go through. Where are you going? So these are the decks that I'll be using. If you're interested in any of them, you'll find that I always list them down in the description box for you guys. So very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Amethyst. Your significator card is Memory and Mind, with the keywords guidance, analysis, application. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Leo. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. So what I'm going to do here, as you can see, the last 4 cards, these are the intentions for them. The placements are what is affecting this situation, effective advice. So what is affecting this situation, effective advice, what's in the work that you need to know, and the end result. I will also be using oracle cards to do this reading for you. So these are the oracle cards that I'll be using. This is the past placement. This is the near future, near past, near future. This is your current situation. What your thoughts are, what your subconscious thoughts are about the situation, what is affecting it, effective advice, what's in the works, and the end results. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Let me now use... we're taking from the bottom. Okay. Oh, you've got 2 cards in the end part here. Use this last deck, I was saying. All right, so let's get straight into it and see what this whole situation is about. What are you going through? What's going on in your world at the moment? And we're starting off with your near past. So you've got 4 of Swords with postponement. It's interesting that it's right next to the memory and mind, because you can definitely see old versus new in this card. You've got holiday. Oh, nice. Travel agent, exotic location, railway station, sightseeing, historic site, hotel lobby, local guide, sun, boat, postcards, photo album, airport. Okay. And you've got Mars in Leo with egotism. Oh, so what's going on there? It feels to me like in your past position, you started relaxing a little bit or letting loose because of holiday and the 4 of Swords. Like you started going, why? Because it looks like your world started changing. I kind of see like it's starting to change in color in a positive way that you would love to see. I see also your emotions, your energy is changing equally with the things that are changing in your world, that you're seeing change in your world. And seeing egotism with Mars and Leo, this is making you feel proud. This is making you feel strong. This is giving you strong feelings of pride. Yeah, pride. It looks like you've maybe achieved something, or you're seeing the world around you change in a good way, and it's making you feel, maybe you're proud of your children. You know, they've done something good and you're like, I've done my mission and I'm so proud. Or maybe it's your business. You've put in some work and it's starting to work out and you're like, I'm so proud of what I've done. I can now take it easy. I can stop and smell the roses. Something like that. Something positive has definitely happened in your near past that's making you feel so good. You've definitely put a lot of thought into something, the swords. And I think here the pride is like, that's what I thought about. And I'm happy to see it change. Especially that you've got here Hugin and Munin, you know, Odin's ravens that go out into the world, around the world, and report back what they've learned. in the early hours of the day. They would whisper into Odin's ears. So you're learning about something early. You've sacrificed a lot, because we can see Odin's eye. Odin has sacrificed his own eye for all of that knowledge. So you can see that you've learned a lot. You've sacrificed a lot for something valuable for you. And there's a lot of thought, because you've got Hugin, that means memory, and of course Munin is thought, mind. So you've put a lot of thought and mind and learning into something. Maybe this is your education. Gosh, the amount of sacrifice it seems that you've put in, and hard work and thought. You've thought a lot about it, put a lot of thought into something. You've read a lot. You've gained clarity and understanding of something. And everything that you thought about once, it was just a thought with the black and white, in my opinion, that's now turning into color. It's coming to life. Is making you very proud of something here. So definitely a lot of effort, a lot of thought. And in your near past holiday in the Four of Swords, you're like, it's happening. I get to relax. So there's a relief here. There's happiness. There's inner peace about trust that what you've done is starting to work. That's exactly what I'm seeing in this pile in the past. I'm sure, of course, as we continue to go along, I'll be able to get a clearer picture of what's going on here, but at least initially, that's what I'm seeing. Let's continue to uncover. Perhaps together most of you probably understand. It's just me feeling like, am I getting this right? Because I don't know. But in case you don't know, wait, we'll find out together. So let's take a look at your present situation. What's going on? Whoa, change is happening right now in your life. Okay. And it's fortunate change. That's how the cycles are changing. What's affecting that? All of this change? Definitely. I mean, look at that. All the colors, the chakras, all the colors. Things are changing. Your energy is changing. What's affecting this change? Guidance with the Three of Pentacles. Oh, you've been listening to your intuition, inner guidance, I would say. You're very smart, highly connected, and you've been listening to your guidance. Depending on how this resonates with you, you could be highly connected to your guides. You've been listening to your guidance, or you've been reading a lot and you've been following that guidance, what you've been learning, which is something we're seeing here. And you've been letting your intuition guide you, and you're doing the right thing. It's almost like you've been reading more into the situation than others would. If someone would look at your story now, I'll tell you exactly what your energy is. If someone was listening to your story now, they would ask you, my God, how did you figure that out? How did you get that result? Like, how did you... It's this woman is giving me that intelligent look. It's like, I knew this was gonna happen. That's exactly what I thought, right? It's like, I knew this was gonna happen. You see? So you've been learning a lot. So you would answer something along the lines of, I foresaw that. I had an inkling that I should do that. So I researched. So I read a lot. Plus, I've been getting a lot of guidance from my spirit guides. You wouldn't actually say, or maybe you would, who knows. But that would be your response to the situation. I think that's what I'm seeing here with the Three of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing, and you've had a lot of foresight. You were able to pick up intuitively what's going on. You've taken huge action and things are starting to work in your way and in your favor, and you're like, I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. I felt very confident about it. That's why you're proud, because you're like, I knew I did the right thing. Good for me. So that's what I'm seeing here. But you also have oracle cards, so it might give us more perspective on the situation. You've got Mars and Pisces with escape. Did pile one? I think pile one, were they escaping? Yes, they were escaping. I would highly recommend you check pile number one if you're drawn to it. You might get a lot of perspective there on what's going to happen in your life as well. So you've got escape, Mars. You've got a lot of Mars, a lot of action taking. So a lot of power, or maybe a lot of war, a lot of things that you had to go through. So Mars in Pisces with escape. Ooh, and taking pictures. Photo album, photographer, supermodels, portrait, press. What else? Lenses, develop, exposed, film, selfie, take out. So if we were to look at the present situation in all its glory, I would say that what you're going through right now, the changes and where you're going with escape, would be run down in your history, would be something that you will remember for the rest of your life. It's a significant moment, what's going on in your life right now, in the story of your whole life. Why is there escape here? Are you escaping a situation? Oh yes, look, it's all in black and white or gray. So maybe you were in a situation that was dull, that maybe was lacking life, lacking joy, lacking color, lacking joy, and you're now moving away from this gloomy situation. And now your life is starting to color. It's starting to change. And I really feel like you've had a heavy connection with your guides. The ravens, Odin's ravens, the Three of Pentacles with guidance, the angels here. I'm just going to follow my intuition and say you were highly guided by your intuition and your guides, working with the universe, with your guides. And this type of connection helped you escape a gloomy situation. So that's a spiritual pile here. Now, the movement you're going through, the gloomy situation that you're escaping into the very positive one, is a significant one in the story of your whole life. One that you will always remember. It might be a moment that what you're going through right now is something that you will always talk about. Like, this is the story of my life and I've gone through this and I did that. So we're taking a look at a liminal time of your whole life. A time of great change. A time where your story is about to develop and it's starting to get spicy in a good way. Perhaps this is why you're so proud of yourself, and well-deserved here. It's a time for you to start resting. Okay, so that's what's going on in your current situation. In this pile, you're currently going through a great time of change. The wheels of fate are turning to your favor. Let's not hide this beautiful card. Let's keep it like that. Okay, so actually, let's do it the other way around. Let's take a look at what your thoughts about it is. We'll get a better perspective. You have, yes, you are in between worlds. There's no question about that. I mean, you've got the Two of Swords with the keyword schizophrenia. Can you see your card? Yeah, if I keep it like that. And you've got Mercury in Libra with influence. And Libra is balance, right? the two sides, the two scales, and swords. Hero, yes, 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 yes. You're so proud of yourself. Sword and sorcery. Knight, three musketeers, medieval. You must be doing something good for others as well. Because look, influence in the three musketeers. You are perhaps doing something good for you and for others. Oh, that's another reason why you're so proud. Blacksmith and samurai. Yes, and all of that. So, basically what's on top of mind is that you're thinking about how to traverse to the other side, where you're going, where you're moving safely. Isn't it interesting that you have going on another land, escape, holiday, exotic location, travel agent? Maybe some of you are actually moving somewhere. So that's a detail here. We don't want to ignore that. So some of you may actually be moving somewhere from one land to another. So take it how it resonates, of course. But there's something about you feeling like a hero, feeling like perhaps the steps that you take will influence others to take, or maybe you're also thinking about how you're really helping others, how this move will have a great effect. Perhaps all the thoughts that you put into something, maybe you're a writer, all that work and mind and intuition, you put a lot of effort perhaps into a book, and now you feel so good about yourself because, and you're starting to become popular, or, oh my God, maybe you're a writer who's starting to get recognition. You've put in some work and, perhaps you're someone who's starting to get recognition and popularity, and you're starting to have an effect on others, and your world's looking good, and people's lives are changing because of you. And you're thinking about your responsibility. That's there as well for some of you. Your responsibility, you're starting to get seen and recognized. You're guiding others through the efforts or the work or the book or something that you're doing, and you're like, you're moving to, your world's changing, and you're really thinking about that work that you're doing for others here. And so these are the top things that you're currently thinking about. How to help others, how to have an effect on others, or that you're proud of the effort that you've put in, and you can already see that others are being affected and their lives are coming into balance because of what you've done, as well as the move. So that's what's going on there. Wow. It looks like you've done some work that's taking you places. Some of you must be, as we're speaking right now, becoming popular. So cool. Okay. Let's see what's now, because 7th house is like people, or your connections with others. And the pictures here is like people, popularity, and people becoming influenced by what you're doing. I'm sure not everybody listening is resonating with this. If not, like I told you, this is a moment that will go down in history in any case, in your history, or maybe our history. Who knows who is listening to this pile? Right, let's take a look at what's going on in your inner mind, your subconscious mind. That's very important, as I told pile 1. That's not like extra detail. This is super important because what goes on down there really affects all the rest of our life. So it's always important to take a peek at what's going on down there. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles with maturity. So nice. You're growing and healing and blossoming. There's something about you growing. Subconscious mind maturing. This is great. This is healing. This is you becoming more intelligent. Things working harmoniously. Like your emotions are matching your thoughts, they're matching your actions. Really nice. You're growing. So nice. A lot of growth going there, to the point where there's a new beginning here in terms of how you think, how you feel, and all of that. And you've got Moon in Aries with protection. Really nice. It's like you're healing to the point where your mind is starting to work to your favor, protecting you, helping you. It's not standing against you, right? So that's really good to see. Nice. You've got possessing dangerous knowledge. You know what I'm seeing with this card? What I am seeing with this card is right there. Two things. First of all, it seems like you put your hand on some really great knowledge that's been helping you grow. It's been helping you help others. It's been helping you change your life and that of others. That's one. Number two, I'm also seeing this knowledge as what we're seeing all along. You've somehow absolutely connected to your spirit guides. It seems like, to me, it's become like an internet connection to you. You're able to connect whenever you want. So for this pile, some of you are psychics. Some of you are energy readers. Some of you are astrologers, some of you are tarot readers, some of you are you connect with your guides through your dreams. There's some serious energy going on here for real. Like you want to connect, you connect, and this is like listening up to a point of listening to your guides. Who knows? This is the subconscious mind possessing information. I really feel I've stressed this, but reaching this type of maturity as well, really be feeling protected, like feeling absolutely safe. Some of you may have even seen something. I don't know. How did you connect? May I ask? Yes or no first, am I allowed? Yes, sun card. Okay, thank you so much. So, how have you connected? Intuition, the Fool card. It just comes naturally to you. Wow. It must be a natural energy that you have. You're just connected, it seems. Wow, so cool. So you've managed to connect to your guides, connect to the energy of the universe, and you're like, important information comes to you easily, and it's allowed you again to grow. It's perhaps part of your soul journey to see that hidden knowledge, which we have been talking about, by the way, from the very beginning, recognizing Odin's eye. So you've, just like Odin, who sacrificed his eye to get in touch with hidden knowledge, I would say, I don't think you've sacrificed anything. I could be wrong, maybe in another life, who knows? Or maybe, I don't know. But you're directly connected to brilliant knowledge. And I think you're using this knowledge to help others. You know who reminds me of this pile? I think someone called Robert, what was his name? This mathematician. I've watched him on YouTube several times. Robert, let me Google, hold on. I can't find his name now, but he appears a lot with Matthias, who remembers his past. If you know who I'm talking about, please leave it in the comment section in case someone wants to Google him. So this brilliant guy, he channels math equations, you know? So it's not far off to think. And I know there are many people listening to this pile who have high intuition at different levels. So somehow you're able to use your intuition to find ancient knowledge or some form of information, even if it's in your field, that is helping others. And this information seems to be helping your life, at least your career and or how you're helping others. Yeah, you're really in tune here, and your world is changing. It's not about to change, it's already changing. You can already see that happening. Your frequency seems to be in alignment with your great luck for you and for others. So great subconscious mind energy. Love these cards for you. Love your energy, my dear pile number 2. My God. So let's now take a look at your near future. See, what can you expect here? So you've got, and you've got guidance here. Guidance, analysis, application. It's kind of like you get guidance and you apply it. Right, near future. So you've got the Hanged Man with new vision. It feels like your world is going to shift. The Hanged Man. Shift completely. And you can see that shift going on right there. So we're seeing a great shift. In fact, the circle, the square, and the triangle reminds us, of course, of the Philosopher's Stone. So you can see that a regular life turning into gold, turning into something marvelous in the near future. Wow. Well, it's not so surprising because in your reading, your near past has already changed. And you're already going, it's happening. Something like that. So, wow. Oh, also, no, this is the Hanged Man. Okay. So you've got the sun in Sagittarius with enthusiasm. I'm telling you, this near future, you're so excited because something is changing into something precious. And again, this is no surprise because in this pile, there's a lot of popularity, there's a lot of attention, there's a lot of influence, like something you've just done in your near past is getting attention, it's helping others, and it's helping you shift worlds. You're going through major fortune. You've discovered something amazing. Perhaps that's what you're sharing. And your near future is looking super bright. You're so excited. And you've got excavation. You're discovering a lot of things. Lost civilization. There's something about you of constantly getting in touch with lost information or something, because look, Atlantis, lost civilization, what are you up to? You definitely give me the vibes of Robert, I can't remember his name, but when you see his YouTube lectures or YouTube videos or even podcasts with others, you will see exactly what I mean when I looked at these cards. So yeah, there's something about you being able to see the hidden. Oh my God. Super strong manifestation powers there. In any case, I'm going to explore other than my obsession here with you finding secret knowledge. I'll move past that. And make sure that everybody listening to this pile, because everybody here is intuitive, so I must make sure that I'm reading it in the different ways. So in the near future, you're treading new grounds, new territory. Absolutely. You're now in this new place, in this new life. Your mind's bright. You're like, oh, I want to find out more about this. I want to explore it. What is this land like? Or what is this new life like? You're so curious. Your mind is active. You want to find out more. You want to explore more. You want to get even more information. You're so excited in your near future about your new life. We can see why. Because seeing regular metal turn to gold, that's exciting. There's a lot of value in your life. There's a lot of, maybe even with gold, material wealth. There's a lot of excitement going on in your life. And you're so ready to explore it. Like, let's say you become a new multi-millionaire and you get this new private jet, for example, and Just an example, but you get this new private jet, you get this mansion, you get access to the world, you get access to the different places, and you're like, ooh, I now want to explore all of this energy at the same time. So I'm just giving very big energy to give you an understanding of the type of excitement that I'm seeing. It doesn't have to be like private jet, mansion, and all of that, but you're definitely exploring a new world full of excitement, full of precious things to discover and to see. And yeah, it's that feeling of going to a place for the first time, doing something for the first time, doing a new activity, being popular for the first time, which is everybody's experience, but you know what I mean. It's a new experience for you, and it's for the first time. Yeah, becoming rich for the first time, becoming popular for the first time, going to a place, new place for the first time, publishing your book for the first time. You get what I mean. So definitely that type of experience is what I'm talking about. Unique, beautiful experience, something that changes your whole world. You started seeing it in your past. It's like, it's happening. Now you are in the energy of actually experiencing it. And I also have an intuitive idea here. You move to another place, or you move to another world. And with the Hanged Man, once you get access to the new world, somehow you don't have access to the old world. And I don't know if this is a good thing or not. There's a cut here. I feel like you will not get access to the old world. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for you? Maybe that's a great thing for you. There's major change here. That's why I'm telling you, this is like something that will go down in your history. So not having access, is that a good thing? Everything is good, of course, but I mean, will you perceive it first as a good thing or maybe not so favorable? Comparison. Well, there are advantages and there are pros and cons to not having access anymore to this old world. The pros seems to be that your life is smoother, it's more flexible. There are a lot of great advantages that you will love, but maybe things that you may not like, you know. Yes, you're happy the roughness is over, but maybe with the tree trunk reminds me of family. Maybe you're leaving family behind, or maybe you're leaving your old roots. It could be your old job behind. You know, could be a bittersweet energy. You win some, you lose some. Some things are going to be great. You're going to go, oh, great, I don't want energy to that past. But you're like, but I'll lose these advantages or things that I liked, for example. So it's not like you're going to entirely hate it or entirely love the fact that there's no access, but there are pros and cons to it for sure. Okay. Maybe it's not like access, but perhaps you just won't be part of the old world. That could be. It doesn't have to be as strong as access, but maybe you won't have movement, or you won't be part of the old life anymore, is the best way I can describe what I'm seeing here. Okay, so now, my dear pile number 2, we've had a good look at your whole story, like what's going on in your life. Thank you so much for inviting me into your life to see. Now, we're going to be exploring together the second important part of the reading. What is affecting the situation? What is your effective advice? What's in the work that you need to know? And of course, your end result to this whole situation that you're in today. Okay, so let's start off with what is affecting this situation. And we'll place that one to the side so that we have space. Can you still see them? Yes. Okay. So what's affecting this situation? You've got the Queen of Cups with receptivity, I don't know if that works with YouTube. Hold on. Okay, so receptivity with the Queen of Cups. There's DNA, there's you being connected. You see, super intuitive person, super connected. Oh my God. So what is affecting this whole situation? It's exactly what we're seeing with Odin's ravens. The eye, the all-seeing eye. You're super connected to the universe. You're connected to information, or your frequency is super high. You've reached emotional balance. Highly intuitive person watching this pile. And because you're so connected and applying your guidance, it's taking you places here. Okay, you've got nerd. The type of, because of the information that you have. Nerd is like someone who knows everything about what they're interested in, right? They're geniuses. They are the class geniuses. They know it all. So you see what I'm talking about? It's even holding a calculator. Remember when I told you, you remind me of Robert, and I can't remember his last name. I'm so sorry. I really respect this man. I just don't remember his surname. Okay, so you've got Mars in Aries with impulsiveness, and there's a lot of great luck. Mars is movement. You know, Mars in Aries, that's like, Aries is already impulsive, is already a cardinal sign. Mars in Aries, that's like, you jump at it right away. You take quick action right away. This is not you just being intuitive. This is you applying the guidance, right away. So you're fully connected, you're high vibe, because you were able to get some great information, get access to great information. You could be well educated. You could be a researcher. You could be a scientist, and you've been getting high quality information. You've been looking at the picture as a whole. It could be your guides, it could be both, but information plus following your intuition, the high vibes, which keeps coming up. Do you see? This type of energy keeps coming up all over your reading. And taking quick action with that information, whether it's with your emotion and maturity, as well as the information, both of these have had an effect on where you are today and where you're going. Emotional balance, focusing on personal growth, as well as getting information that not a lot of people have. Possessing dangerous knowledge, excavation, which lost civilization, Atlantis. You know, nerd, you getting access. You're probably here with the sword. You continue reading. You're continuing on that quest of being connected and finding enlightening information, as well as you taking action. Are the very three things: your frequency, your healing, information, and you taking action are the very three things that are taking you where you're going today. They are the reason for the great luck that you are currently experiencing in your life. Okay, let's now take a look at your effective advice. Effective advice. So you've got law firm. A law firm protects, right? Helps us get our rights back and protects us. So you've got Supreme Court. This could be like actual advice of hiring a lawyer, depending on what you're doing here. Hiring a lawyer, hiring a team to protect you. That could be like, if this is your business, like the accountant, lawyer, things like that. Or it could just simply mean make sure that with every step that you take, that you study things properly, as is your nature, that you study things properly so that you are protected. You know, law teaches us to read the fine lines. Speaking of fine lines, there are fine lines here. It just talks about the deck, but you know, it reminds me of that, reading the fine lines, studying things well before you sign a contract. It talks about learning about the rules and the regulations before you do anything. So keep yourself well informed and educated, which, like I said, is definitely not out of your nature here. Just make sure you see all the books there and the discussions. Don't take action without cross-examination. Like, check, how do we do these things? What's acceptable? What do I need to do? If you're becoming like super popular here, maybe you should have a, what is it called? PR team, right? PR team. Yeah, if you're on that level, you definitely need a good team to protect you. PR team, law team, accountant team, and whatever else I don't know that comes with that type of level up. So depending on where you are in life, I'm sure you know your situation. Your guidance is investigate, research, study things well before you do anything. And you've got Mercury in Leo with drama. And you've got Seven of Wands with stress. So you can see here that this type of level up and this blessed life that you're getting into, if not properly studied, as we've already talked about, that if we don't do what this card has been teaching us here, you might just find yourself on the flip side. And the flip side could be a lot of drama, a lot of unnecessary stress, and a lot of perhaps even people bursting your bubble because they could be jealous of your shine, harming, trying to make you fall, or maybe these are the tricks on the path that you need to be careful with. So definitely avoid all of that by, as boring as it could be, take the time to do the right thing and do not make a move before you investigate, before you speak to experts, before you I just paused because I remembered in pile 1 here they had something about communicating before moving. It's mind-blowing. So again, I would say if you're drawn to pile number 1, I highly recommend it for this pile in case you're drawn to it. So yeah, don't get yourself into anything unnecessarily stressful and hassle and drama. Make sure you are connected to the right people, you take the right action, and you study things before you move. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm seeing here. Because otherwise you couldn't get yourself into a conundrum that will be a bit tricky or very difficult to get yourself out of. Handling so many things on your own may not be the best advice. Okay, so let's now take a look at what's in the works that you need to know about. What's in the works for you? Whoa, so that's an extra card in this deck with the Master. That's a very special deck. And I'm like gasping because of the type of connectivity you keep getting in your reading. Being connected to high level of information. You're either a super psychic or like the super scientist or both, who knows. But what's in the works for you? That that type of connectivity that you have will grow stronger. It will make you wiser. And you see how it affected you here? Imagine with that increasing where it's going to take you in life. I don't want to, I could do it like that. And actually, we can move these just a bit like that. And this way, we don't disturb the rest of the things on the table. You've got Whoa. Moon, the moon exaltation. Wow. Moon in Taurus with exaltation. And I'm seeing a double message here. Moon and exaltation. What's in the works, what you're experiencing today in terms of your connectivity or the knowledge that you have, or both, is just the beginning. Consider it just a seed. This knowledge and this connectivity that you have will increase by time exponentially and will have a huge effect that will show with exaltation on your whole life. But a specific area in which it will show up in your life as well is Taurus. That's the second house. That is the house of wealth and money and materialistic gains. So your mastery of a skill, your mastery of knowledge, your mastery of your intuition, perhaps both. I'm sure they come together here. Memory and mind. Hugin and Moonin. I think it's both. Your knowledge as well as your connection, your intuition, that high connection, level connection that you have will really increase by time. That's something you may not be seeing. You think that's it? No. There's so much more higher levels than that. And it will specifically show up in the area of your material wealth. Oh my God. Like, really, are you shocked, or is it just me? You've got the Buddha with the Ace of Swords. You know, I was just telling you, if you think you're up, there's higher up. I'll tell you what this is about. You've got the Buddha here again. You know what Buddha means? I just heard it recently. So there's an extra card here as well. So the Buddha, as I've just understood from something I was watching, the Bud means the mind, and Ha is above the mind, going beyond the mind. Because when you're in the mind, you're constantly suffering. And when you're below the mind, it was not Ha, it was something else, which means low. It means like you're not evil, even on the level of them. It's like you don't try to learn or educate yourself or seek knowledge or anything like that. But Buddha means that you have now risen above the level of your mind, the level of suffering. You become free and you're not limited by anything anymore. That is the Buddha level, the real freedom. I mean, look at your reading. What can I say here? What is going on in this pile? Oh my God. I'm really wondering what you do. And if you're writing a book, please let me know what this book is in the comment section. I would love to read what you have to say. Please connect me to allow me to join your group of influence here. Wow. So that's just the beginning, my friend, in this pile. This energy is going to be exalted, and it looks like, I would say, this looks like a huge level up, like something beyond, level up your experience. You're leaving a realm, and you are now leveling up to another realm. And we all live together, spiritually, not in the same realm. However, some people are in our world like the Buddhas, right? They're experiencing a different type of energy and experience. So there's a level up to your experience in life. The way you're going to be enjoying your life is on another level. I don't think the cards can maybe even explain it, at least to me, unless you can pick up more. But this is like joy on another level. This is the real happiness, the sort of happiness that nothing can affect. I wonder what your card here is. Will you marry me? What's in the works that you need to know? Maybe some of you will find the right person. Some of you will propose to someone or will be proposed to. So you'll get married or find your true love. So yeah, that's in the works for you as well. Wealth, love, knowledge, ancient knowledge, and love and marriage. Wow. You've got a lot going on for you, my dear pile number 2 up next. That's in the works that you need to know. This is something, even when we take a look at the end result, this is something that will continue to happen for you, even beyond that. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing so far. What a magical pile. Let's now take a look at the end result here. What is the end result? I don't think we need this anymore unless you want to take a peek. I can leave it a little bit like that. The end result. You've got the Page of Pentacles with adventure. There's something about you exploring a new world with great enthusiasm. We keep seeing that for you. So you're starting a new world that's very bright and beautiful, full of colors. The rainbow keeps, it's all over your reading. All of your chakras are revived. It's a beautiful world and you can't wait to explore it. You can't wait for the excitement. It's something out of this world. You've got Jupiter in Pisces. Can you see your cards? Can you see this card? I don't think you really can. That's, I think, better. So, Page of Pentacles. You've got Jupiter in Pisces with seduction. Look at that figure, finding the coin. Jupiter in Pisces with seduction. I think you're becoming very attractive to others. Yeah, you're becoming very attractive to others. How about we check this card? Jupiter in Pisces. Let's do that. Jupiter in Pisces. What are we seeing? Understanding, sympathy, sacrifice. In the center, the first woman, Eve. Oh, look, you get Eve twice. Wow. The first woman, Eve, is plucking the apple from the tree of knowledge. Oh my God, this pile. Okay, so you're getting more knowledge, obviously. Your end result is you continuing to get knowledge, being well informed. Oh my God. It's almost like from the tree of knowledge, like you're getting information from the source. Before her is the constellation Cassiopeia, associated by Kabbalists with the second tarot trump, the High Priestess. Of course, what else would you get? Getting access to secret knowledge. Heart and flowers represent the mundane view of love. I think getting access to secret knowledge like that is really going to make you very happy in life. That's the whole thing. Understanding how life works, understanding how everything works. Knowledge is always great power. It helps us grow as people. So kudos to you, my dear pile number 2. I'm so happy for you. This is like a life-changing reading here. I told you, you're going through some form of life change. And let's see your last 2 cards. So you've got Insane Person and Desire. Wish upon a star. Ambition. It's like everything that you desire, you will have. What is this saying, though? You've got the same word. Schizophrenia here is schizophrenia. You're going to be between 2 worlds. Others may go, what are you talking about? Are you crazy? It's like the mad scientist. finding out information that others may find as crazy. So be careful, I would say. Remember that, be careful, protect yourself well. And secret knowledge is secret for a reason, right? I'm not saying don't share, because I'm the first one who wants to know what you're finding out. But I am saying that your cards are showing that you wanna be careful not to be labeled as like losing your mind when you're really the most informed. And that's what happened throughout history. All of the people who came in and said, the world it's a globe, it's not flat. You're crazy. That's not how you heal the wounds. That's not, you're crazy. Some doctors way back in the past were advising people to heal the lungs with cigarettes, So you want to be careful. You're going to have some high level information here. And there's a little bit of, just like the high priestess, you see how this figure is hiding it. It's not like don't share the information. Just be careful in how you do that, because you're going to have super access here with the apple from the tree of knowledge, right? You're going to have some high level type of information. And you don't want the wrong people to not like it. You don't want to not like it. That's not what I mean. I mean to prevent you from being able to safely giving this information by calling you, you're like, this is crazy what this pile number 2 is saying. Or you don't want to have people who are uninformed label you the wrong way. Why? Because it will prevent many others to have access to your information. By being misguided by the others, thinking that what you're saying is not true when really it is the truth. So it's like being careful for the sake of others so that they can reach this information. Yeah, be careful with that. You're going to be super happy anyways. So it's not really about you. Of course, be safe, but it's about your protecting your information, protecting your mission so that it reaches the right people. So be careful what you say. You're going to find out some things that will make you go, oh, yeah. And it's so exciting when we reach conclusions like that. The first thing we want to do is help others, right? Like, let's say you found a cure for cancer, and it's so simple. It's like, put this herb on this, virgin olive oil, drink it 3 times at these specific times and do this, and you're done. And let's say this person is absolutely correct and it's simple and that's done. You'll have many, let's say, industries that are not going to like this, right? Some industries may not like it. Some people will think it's so simple and will not even try it because what you're saying is being marketed as losing your mind, So protect the knowledge that you have. It is secret for a reason. It's not saying don't put it out there. Definitely not. It's just saying think of great ways, because you're going to be so passionate here. Something is igniting as you're getting this knowledge, and you're either going to act on these emotions right away, which is your body, remember, not your soul. Your body wants to take action, this euphoria. But the wise thing to do, this hand is still protecting this wall. So see how you can give this information wisely so that it continues to reach the right people. Is exactly what I'm seeing here. I don't know what you're going through, my dear pile number 2, but take me with you. I wish you all the best of luck. I loved your reading. To say I loved your reading is really an understatement. All the best of luck with that. To say that you're going to be accessing hidden knowledge, I'm sure by now you can totally see what I'm talking about. Love this for you. Wish you the best of luck. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at what's going on in your world at the moment and where are you going. To do this reading, I thought a Celtic cross would be perfect because we get to see the whole picture, past, present, and future. And then we get to take a look at the details of where you're going, what can you expect on your path ahead, what can you expect next with your life. So this is the full intention of the reading. These are the decks that I'll be using. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them down in the description box for you guys. Okay, so very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful zebra Jasper. Your significator card is the Winter's Bone. Hold on. With the keywords reflection, transformation, and rebirth. And of course, if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Gemini, Aries, Virgo, and Taurus. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. So I'm just adding the oracle cards to the tarot cards that we have in their placements so that we have everything ready on the table. Okay, so these are our cards for today, unless we will, of course, want to expand on the reading itself. We'll keep your tarot deck here and let's begin exploring. Oh, we forgot one here. I think it's meant to be. We'll leave it as that. Let's explore your past position. What do we see in your near past? So, you've got mythological creature. Do we have Sagittarius here? No, we don't. So we've got Sphinx, religion, UFO, the Centaur, of course. Dragon, got magic, epic folklore. Okay. Superstition, statue. You've got Jupiter in Virgo with patience. And you've got 3 of Pentacles. It seems like it has to do with your connection with others, or maybe your work with the 3 of Pentacles. So what do we see in the past position? All of these are like mythical creatures. Baba Yaga, superstition. Although like we don't want to dismiss mythological creatures, what I'm trying to say is I'm kind of seeing you almost going through something mythical, like lies, right? Half truth, half lies. If we translate the centaur, half human, half horse. Myth, right? I feel like you believe the myth, or you were told some lies, perhaps. And you can see with the winter here, maybe it caused you to go through some difficulties, some dark night of the soul. It caused you to reflect a lot, change as a person. And you had to wait for things to change. So maybe recently some group of people didn't tell you the truth. Maybe they told you some lies or half-truths, at least. This could have been your work or a group of people that you collaborate with or work with or know. And it seems these lies, or what they've done, has made you go through difficulties that you were very patient with. Very patient, but it seems like you were sad. It felt gloomy, what they were doing. Folklore, there's a lot of talking, a lot of people saying things. Each one has their own version of the story. Something like that. It's exactly what I'm seeing here in the energy of this pile. Okay, let's take a look at your present energy. You've got the Ace of Swords. And what's affecting the Ace of Swords? The Eight of Pentacles. There's a lot of working things out, figuring things out. You've put 2 and 2 together with the math here, because you took the time to figure things out. So that's what's going on here. You figured a lot of things out. And along with that, you've got theme park, roller coaster. Woo, woo, woo. You're going round and round and round, trying to figure out all of these lies and figure out what they're doing, what they're saying, putting things together. And it's a roller coaster because there are so many things that have been said, so much misinformation, and it's making you think, go round and round. Jupiter in Aquarius, this is expanding your mind, innovation. Whoever lied to you here doesn't realize how intelligent you are. The amount of lies is not even matching the type of intelligence that you have. So before you know it, you'll bypass and figure things out and even get opportunities with the fishing rod here in the Jupiter in Aquarius, and even get opportunities from this situation because they thought they caught you in a web of lies. They thought they were making you go around yourself, not going to figure things out, but you're much quicker than that. Your thinking process is faster, very intelligent person, and you're much quicker than what they thought they will keep you stuck in. They thought they will keep you stuck in a loop, but you're going beyond that. Very intelligent mind. And in fact, you've got winter bone, and the winter is a time where people rest and think and recuperate and grow, right? So that's what's going on exactly here for you. That's why this is your significator card. During this time, you're about to catch the hidden things with haunted house. You're finding the catch. What's the catch here? You're finding what's wrong. You're picking up on the truth. And just as mentioned, in this current moment, you're about to make use of that situation, in fact. So it seems like you're expanding your mind so much that you're going to find an opportunity within this whole web of lies. So it's coming to your favor for sure right now. That's what's happening now. Okay? Well, speaking about thoughts, let's take a look at your beautiful mind here and see what are you thinking about. It's simple. We only got 2 cards here, so it's simple. You've simplified things. There were so many, you've simplified them. So what are your thoughts? Look at you thinking. Page of Swords. And you've got the Sun in Sagittarius. The 9th house is the house of philosophy, right? You've got enthusiasm, ideas, philosophy, way of life. A lot of intelligence here. So you've been studying this situation. You've been getting a lot of ideas. Remember, I told you there's like this idea that you're getting. that although you're going through a bit of winter time, it's not going to stay like that for long. It's just a short time as you move from this trickiness to a safe place. And it's not just a safe place, you're very excited with enthusiasm because it's allowed you to think of many brilliant ideas that you're very excited about. Things that you can't wait to apply, to do. It perhaps even taught you a new skill or a new way of doing something, because the fishing rod reminds me of, don't give me a fish, teach me how to fish. And so perhaps these people were meant to give you something that they didn't. That's why they're lying, maybe. But it's coming to your favor because you're like, so that's how it works. Or let me study my way out. And as you're studying your way out, you're like, I can do this, I can do that, and I can catch this, and I can do that. And now you're so excited. I'm feeling like this, almost feeling like now you're thinking, this has actually come to my favor. I can make use of this situation. So these are your thoughts. You've simplified all of these complicated things. You're like, whoa. You know what? I don't have to go through all of that. Calm down. I'm going to study my way out. I'm going to depend on myself. And I'm going to figure out how to take myself out of this mess in the first place. And as you're studying, we already explored that you're excited about new ideas, especially a huge opportunity that you feel lucky with Jupiter to have found. And you know, the funny thing is, I think these people, or whatever this energy is, has increased the tempo here because you had patience. So when it was minimal, you were like moving past it. You have like, you come across as having like a big mind. You don't stop at silly things. And so you were patient, but when it took you to like a cold place, a dark place a little bit, you're like, no, we're gonna deal with this. This is getting out of hand. So let's see how you think about this subconsciously. And as I've mentioned to all of the piles, this is so important because who you are on a deeper level, the thoughts that you have on a deeper level affect everything in our lives on the outside. So it's very important to explore the things that you may not be seeing. So, nice. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. Subconsciously, you're very much focused on a new beginning. Your mind has shifted from the past. You're done with the past. It took you to a dark place. So you're so engulfed in the new opportunity, in the new beginning, that you've given your back to the past. You, at this point, you really don't care about the lies here. What you care about is figuring out how to move past this situation. And so your mind is busy focusing on how it can plant this new beginning for you. That's where all of your mental power is at. Okay, so you've got theater. You've got Shakespeare. Do you see all the stories here? I think your mind has shut completely the curtains. It's not watching these stories anymore. Broadway, Spotlight, Premiere. You're like, your mind has moved. See, so consciously and subconsciously, very great alignment here. Has shut on the past. You don't care what stories they're gonna come up with. So to correct this, what you're figuring out. Yes, of course, you've probably took your time to figure out what's going on here, but I think more. That's why you're developing. That's why this is moving past it, moving past the circle and growing. That's why, because you're so focused on. Let people be people. Let them do what they do. Good for you. I'm moving past this. So consciously and subconsciously, you're done with the past. You're not even trying to like put a lot of effort trying to see what are they doing. You're not indulged in the drama and the talk and the folk in the opinions. You're like, let each one be. I am fully focused on only this opportunity that I'm seeing. And you've got Venus and Virgo with discrimination. So sorry. There we go, discrimination. I feel like your mind is being very selective on where to put your energy, how to transform in this situation, like the butterfly, how to be free. And caring about the important energy. As you can see, this seems to be the main thing your mind is focusing on, no matter what we turn the cards. Closing on the past, focusing on the future, that fully choosing what to select on, putting all of that mental power in helping you transform and grow to this next stage. And pile number 2, by the way, they were also in that exact placement. They were moving from one land to another, and we're talking metaphorically unless you're actually going to another place, which wouldn't surprise me. You've got the 9th house, you've got Sagittarius. A lot of you could actually be moving, like maybe you're leaving your old job and you're going to a new job, moving from one place, going to another. This is where the opportunity is at, leaving one market, going to another market. So there's a move here somehow. You're moving your attention elsewhere. It's like your mind is choosing the path of growth. That's what your mind is choosing to put all of the focus on. Okay, so now let's take a look at your near future. You've got the 2 of Pentacles. You can see here a shift from one reality and the other one is forming. It was an idea, but in the near future, there are some solid parts about it. Maybe not fully in the near future, but it's something is starting to form. It's the Pentacles after all. You've got Mercury in Aries with restlessness. And you've got Justice. Look at that. Balance. So in this next phase of your life, in the near future, I see you handling 2 things at the same time. You're not fully out of your own old world yet, but you've got a foot into the new world. And I see you trying to balance between these 2 worlds. You're working a little bit on, not engaging in the drama, but like the things that you have to finish off. So for example, if this is your work, you're not engaging in the drama, but you're like, maybe you have to finish the projects that you have. Maybe you have to like call the clients and say goodbye, or maybe you have to sign some papers. You have to do one thing or the other in the old world, and you're still like mostly there handling whatever responsibilities there that you need to do, being very responsible, and at the same time taking action and setting foot into the new world, which is what you have in mind at the moment that you're very excited about. And you can see a lot of energies here actually. You can see fast movement up next. In your near future, you can see things progressing and happening fast. I also see you working a lot. Like you have a lot to do, you're running around, maybe running errands, taking major steps. And Mercury here is running in a land. You look like you're moving somewhere. It doesn't have to be like a place. Maybe moving offices. Maybe this is your living situation with some people. You're leaving them behind and you're taking your own place. But I see movement here for sure. And there's like a lot of progress going on in your near future. But I see you balancing between the two worlds and making sure that you do things right, honestly and justly. You're not engaging in the type of energy that you were handled. You're not dealing with it the right way. You're doing things in a just way. What do I need to do? Here you go. Very mature. What are my rights? Get your rights. What do I need to do for the next phase of my life? I'm doing that. And in the near future, I see things starting to form, solid things starting to happen. Maybe you're not there yet, but quick movement. You're running around and things are moving along. You mentally have closed this old chapter. So while you're already there, or I don't know, like at least you have some connection here, or you're thinking you're moving, at least if you're already there, mentally you're not there anymore. Okay. And I kind of feel with justice that you're feeling that this is your justice. You know how they say, I can't remember the saying, something along the lines of, or something to the effect of, if you want to punish someone, punish them by being happy. That's why I say to the effect of, because it's not punishing, but if you like want to get your rights back from someone, want to get your justice back from someone, sometimes it's about being happy. So your justice for you is being happy. You're not going to get involved in the old. And that's the whole story that I see about what's going on in your world at the moment. Things were gloomy, but definitely with transformation, things are now transforming. There's a rebirth due to that gloomy situation. Every figure here has given their back on these lies, and Mercury seems to be moving from one place to another, one place to another. This is definitely a situation of what's affecting this situation. We're just about to explore that. But this is definitely a situation where you think something is bad, or at least it is seen as bad, but it's the preparation for the spring. It is preparing you for a marvelous opportunity. So it's something to your favor now that we've explored all of the cards. That's why I got transformation and rebirth. Reflection, transformation, rebirth, that's exactly the energies you're going through. So, what is affecting this situation? Justice again. What? Is this something like some legalities or something? Is this some people telling you half-truths about your rights, maybe? And you're realizing that you weren't told the truth about your rights? Perhaps. Well, this is how you're getting your rights. You're finding loopholes, opportunities, and you're using them to your favor, which you will. The sun in Pisces with vision. You saw something. You saw your rights. You saw something wasn't right, and you feel like you want to get your rights. Yeah, you saw something. Especially with Pisces. Pisces, they have a high intuition. So look at, I'm not saying these are your star signs. I'm saying these are your energies. A lot of intelligence, Aquarius and Sagittarius. A lot of intuition with Pisces, 12th house, 9th house, philosophy. Do you see? It's all intelligence, a spiritual mind as well as your physical mind. A high level of intelligence that allowed you to see through something. So do you see, you were being told lies either about you or about your rights. It's like, these are your rights, when really these are your rights. And so you've seen through something and you're like, that's not right. This is not what I deserve. I legally deserve more, or I lawfully deserve more, or I simply, because these are my rights, one way or the other, depending on the situation, definitely deserve more. Taking pictures. What pile did this appear in? Pile 2. I keep telling you, there's something about you and pile number 2. So if you're drawn to pile number 2, I highly recommend it. So taking pictures. Evidence. You found evidence? Or are you collecting evidence? We're seeing what is affecting this situation, which means you found evidence here. You found evidence, you found the truth. You saw something for sure. You're like, I see it with my mind, I see it with my intuition, and I see it physically as well. I see what you're doing there. You have all the evidence that's making you put all of this behind you and move. Also, speaking of evidence and vision and justice, you're also, now that you're looking into your rights, you have found a lot of information that allows you to make use of an opportunity that is your lawful right. You're like, okay, you don't want to give me my rights there? I'm gonna know how to get my rights there or somewhere else very well. That's the type of energy I'm seeing here. Are you a lawyer? Doesn't have to be, of course, at all. Or maybe you're working with a lawyer, or just getting your rights back in one fashion or the other. But that's definitely what I'm seeing here with what's affecting the situation. You've seen through this, you know your rights now, you know how you can benefit from this situation. You're equipped. All right. The awesome thing about you here is that you can genuinely see through it all. The lies, your rights. I love your energy. Love your intelligence. And I can't wait to see what this means in real life for you. If you want to share, if you don't want to share, I absolutely respect it. Okay, so your effective advice. You've got the 3 of Swords. See, the 3 of Swords is staring at one's own heart, and you can see it clearly in the symbolism of this card. You've got Crown, ambition, noble title. Wow, long live the king. Rulers, royal family, monarchy, winner. That's so sweet. It's like, don't suffer. You're really held in high regard. Your energy is very noble. And it's kind of like you deserve better. You deserve better than this gloomy place. How is this your advice? We'll find out. It's not really advice, to be honest with you. It's kind of like some words of reassurance that act like advice. You know, advice at the end of the day is meant to help you think in a different way, to take different actions. I'm seeing this exaltation. It's like I'm seeing a little bit of a promise. The advice is, of course, don't be the one to tear at the strings of your own heart. Although I see you have shut, maybe the memories, when you move past it, may hurt you a little bit. It's like, don't look back. Don't look back. Don't be afraid. Don't suffer, whatever the reason for the suffering here. Is it looking back sometimes? Is it being afraid as you go through this justice? Maybe it's the process of movement. Maybe sometimes you're afraid that you won't move to the other side, afraid of the fall in between. Could be that. Yes, there is a lot of in between here. So maybe it's not the past because you've shut down on the past. You're treading on a very thin line. That transition is not easy. We didn't even discuss that. Very tricky. And it's double-edged. Like, it has a lot of benefits, but it's also super risky, it seems. So your effective advice is you're going to be honored. See, there's exaltation. Your name is going to be exalted. The wealth with Taurus, whatever this material things that you're going to have. Is this a new job? Is this a lot of money? Is this another resource, another something that's valuable to you? You're going to have so much of it. So don't you worry, my dear pile number 3. You're really going to be honored in this situation. And if you're afraid of a free fall, that's not going to happen. What's actually going to happen is a lot of honor that is coming to you. Justice is coming to you. What you deserve as a soul, because it says karma. You've done a lot of great things and your karma is on your side. Which means that your subconscious mind realizes that you're very lucky in this very situation. So that's another thing that this card means. You're very lucky to be able to have these types of solutions and justice on your side. And your mind realizes that, and that's where the focus is. So don't worry about this transitional time. There's water here in between. There's like this transitional time that is scary. You know, you're walking through ice that could crack at any time. You're afraid of a fall. And your guides are saying you're going to be honored. You have no idea to what extent. So don't even worry about that. Have confidence and move forward with power. All right, let's now take a look at what's in the works for you that you need to know. You've got the Chariot. You can't see your cards here. Let me place them here. You've got Mars in Aquarius with Rebellion. See, you're winning over the old power. You're winning over this. Really nice. You're moving. You're moving to this other place. You're going to this other thing. And you will overcome the situation. That's what's happening right now. That's what's in the works for you. And you can see student here. Student, what's in the works for you? You will learn new things in this new place that you're going. It's like a new chapter and you're becoming a student all over again. And the nice thing here is that you will learn a lot of important things that perhaps you didn't have the chance to learn had you stayed in that location. Especially that transition is going to teach you a lot. But even when you're there, you're still holding that book. And there's so much information and growth that's going to happen in this new place that you're going towards. What are you learning? since this is in the works for you. Whoa, 6 of Wands. Well, whatever you're learning is going to help you become super successful and perhaps very well known as well in that place. So you're learning more about success. Queen of Wands. Again, look, the common factor here is popularity. 6 of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Shining bright and being popular. And these just fell. So you've got 2 more things. Whoa, you're learning more about the world. I think this old place you were in was so tight, closed-minded. And where you're going is more nurturing for you. It will help you grow as a person. It will help you broaden your horizon, get the types of experiences that you couldn't get in this old place. It will help you grow, of course, almost with birth here, because you've got rebirth and you've got, of course, the pregnant Empress, almost like there's a rebirth of you. It's going to help you be vibrant, attractive, glowing, because that's common energy between the Empress and the Queen of Wands. Popular, excited, happy. And so the things that you will learn there seem to be things in different areas of your life. Things pertaining to your work success, things pertaining to who you are as a person, things pertaining to how to get wealth and abundance and attractiveness. I think you're gonna be popular there, very popular there, because of the things that you're gonna learn. Or maybe you're a student and you're gonna be popular there amongst your colleagues, popular amongst the others in your situation there, the people there, and you're gonna learn to do exciting things that you've never had the chance to do before. So many learnings to come, many new experiences to come, and many changes about you to come. So many new things that you're gonna learn there. So that's in the works for you. How much you're going to grow and learn, you winning and you moving, that's all in the works. Okay, so now let's explore what's the end result of all of that. Although we've had a hint here about what's in the works, but let's see what's the end result. 10 of Swords, you getting up and moving away. You see, it was a lot of pain, a huge hit, but you're up straight and you're now focused on moving away. So end of a chapter. 10 of Swords is the end of a pain. You were a little bit worried here. Scared. There is some pain because you are afraid of a fall. And it's ended. End result is that all of this pain is behind you. All we see is the back. All of this is behind you. You've started anew. The pain is over. Oh, wow. You've got the Sun in Taurus with acquisition. Also, you're going to be getting a lot of wealth and money and who knows what else. Real estate, whatever. You know, seeing these two, maybe some of you are leaving your spouse. Something unfair here happened. Maybe like your spouse told you some lies. Maybe they cheated or something, because the 10 of Swords is like hit in the back. So you're like moving along, and maybe you've built your whole life with your spouse, and now you're getting your lawful rights, perhaps. Or it could be that you've turned your back on the old chapter. You've learned about this new opportunity, and now that the pain is over, this shows us that the end result is you acquiring a lot of blessings, specifically wealth, for a lot of you. And, you know, it depends what wealth means to you. You're getting a lot of wealth due to that great opportunity that you are seeking. criminal. Yeah, someone is going to be charged with something here, actually. Someone is going to be, so that's in the works and it is going to happen. Someone's going to be caught. And you're getting your rights. In any case, somebody here is at least paying. Definitely. Part of your karma. That's why you've got justice here. Is this a coincidence? Like, I don't think so. Someone will greatly be paying for what they've done, especially when you give your back and move on. That's the end result. You're moving on. You're getting a lot of wealth or blessings, and somebody is paying for it big time. Thus, you can see that you are getting your justice. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading. It has been a very interesting reading, and I wish you the best of luck. I'm so sorry about what happened in the past, although I see you've already absolutely shut the door and moved past it. Many, many wishes of great luck on your great acquisitions in the future. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!